Broadcasting from our New England studio, Solutions Review is proud to showcase Informatica in the Solution Spotlight, an inside look at enterprise technologies.
I'm Doug Atkinson here at Solutions Review, and welcome to the Solution Spotlight featuring Informatica, and focused on how to build, test, and deploy production-ready enterprise AI agents in minutes. Artificial intelligence agents have immense potential for enhancing user experience and operational efficiency when they're embedded in applications. They empower business leaders and application owners to automate complex tasks, improve data-driven decision-making, and enable seamless interaction across systems. But they also bring challenges, like ensuring data quality, managing complex integrations, and maintaining governance at scale. So today, we will walk through the Informatica AI Agent Engineering platform that makes building, testing, and deploying AI agents simple by combining no-code development with enterprise-grade data management capabilities. And to walk us through the presentation and demonstration today from Informatica is Vivin Nath, Director of Product Management. Vivin, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Well, this is a topic that we are very excited about at Solutions Review. The idea of AI agents is maybe the most exciting idea we hear about on a regular basis, and it's always a pleasure to have Informatica in the spotlight. Before we get started, though, you're Director of Product Management at Informatica. How long have you been at the job, and kind of where are you seeing us heading in kind of a brief overview?
Yeah, definitely, Doug. Happy to talk about it. So I've been with Informatica for the last 8.5 years, and before that, I was at MuleSoft. It's part of Salesforce now, and I've been in agent leading AI ML journey for different products for the last 15 years. And specifically at Informatica, my current charter is leading the AI agent journey and also integration platform journey for our integration products.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, you've seen a thing or two even before we were all excited after the generative AI revolution kicked in a few years back. So very interested to get your perspective on this whole thing, and you're going to bring a demo, which is always great when we have a spotlight. Before you do that, I'll just set everybody's expectations that we're going to let Vivin present, and also he's going to unveil a demo from Informatica, and this is where you really want to pay attention, because this is what it's all about right now. Is how do we take advantage of the moment with the latest and greatest technology? And so we're very excited for that. If you have any questions, by all means, submit them. If we can't get to them all in the Q&A afterwards, we'll certainly have Informatica follow up directly on any specific requirements or requests. But otherwise, Vivin, I'm going to hand it over to you. When you're all done with your presentation and demonstration, give me the high sign and I'll pop back in and we'll have a little Q&A.
Definitely, Doug. Thank you. So I'm going to have, of course, talk about AI agent engineering, but I will also do not just a demo, but a live demo, right? So let's kick it off. So everyone is talking about AI agents, but here's what's actually happening on the ground. Only 12% of companies have actually deployed AI agents in production, although there are over 90% using AI. And that tells us something very important. Companies know this is the future, but they are just struggling to get there. Why? Because most organizations haven't figured out how to make agents reliable and trustworthy for their mission-critical workloads. This gap between potential and reality is exactly what we want to solve. So why are only few companies getting value from AI agents? So there are 3 big roadblocks which are stopping companies from scaling AI agents successfully. First is the trust. Your AI agents are only as good as your data that it feeds. So feed them bad data, you get bad outcomes. Second, it's an integration nightmare. Every system speaks a different language. Getting agents to work across your Salesforce, SAP, custom apps, custom DBs is super hard. And if you build domain-specific agents for each, you create a new problem of agent proliferation. So every SaaS platform will have its own agents, and then you have a lot more agents and agent proliferation. Third, scaling is hard. You need rock-solid infrastructure and governance, but most companies are still figuring out the basic of AI policies. And these are not just technical problems, they are business killers. And that's why we need to solve them. Now, we've identified 3 key pillars that separate successful AI agent deployments from failures. Pillar number 1 is to build accurate agents. Now, you need to ground them in your trusted data, not just random internet content, and use what you've already invested in, whether it's your data warehouses, your metadata, your ontology, and connect them to your existing systems. Pillar number 2 is you need to connect your agents across your enterprise. You want all your agents working together, whether they are from Salesforce, Microsoft, ServiceNow, SAP, or it could be custom-built agents. You need to create workflows that span departments. Now, pillar number 3 is you need to manage them with enterprise-grade security. And you need a full lifecycle of AI agent with flexibility to work with any framework or standard that comes along. And once you get these 3 things right, you can transform your AI experiments into AI excellence. Now, our vision with AI agent engineering is for enterprises to build accurate agents, MCP clients and MCP servers, and connect these agents across the enterprise and manage them at scale. So AI agent engineering is organized into 3 core pillars. First is the build, connect, and manage. So we believe building AI agents should not be limited to only AI engineers. To drive real adoption in the enterprise, you need to democratize AI agent development throughout the organization. And that's why we bring no-code tooling, NLP-based Copilot experience, so anyone can build and orchestrate AI agents. We further simplify the process by providing out-of-the-box AI agent recipes, templates, toolsets, so you don't have to build AI agents from scratch, but you can use this pre-built recipes and customize them to your liking. What's more, we also provide Skill Hub, which allows you to use your years of investment with Informatica's IDMC platform, whether it's in the form of data integration mappings, data quality rules, or application integration workflows. So which makes all your AI agents a lot more accurate. One example is, say, take order to cash process. And you don't want your AI agents to figure out the order management, credit and inventory check, order fulfillment, invoicing, and payment collection for every order that is placed. Now, these are business critical and already established business processes encoded reliably in your organization within your integration workflows. And these have to run deterministically every single time. So with Skill Hub, you can leverage this IDMC assets to make your AI agents more accurate and deterministic. Now, once you build your AI agents, you need to manage and govern them. And this ensures that only the right users have the right access to the right resources at the right time. And this is only possible by having the enterprise-grade authentication, authorization, operational, and security policies that Informatica IDMC platform provides. Now, every AI project follows a very similar journey like any software development project. Build, test, deploy, monitor, and govern. But most tools only handle only few pieces of it. And we believe to be successful, you need to have end-to-end capabilities. On the build side, we provide a no-code visual agent builder and MCP development tools. So you can build AI agents, MCP servers, MCP clients, configure memory, set up prompts, and connect all of them into a tool libraries in one single no-code canvas. On the test side, we provide built-in test consoles, regression testing suites, custom eval suites, so that you'll be able to validate your AI agents before deploying them to production. On the deploy, we provide one-click orchestration and deployment. So you will need to set up schedules, triggers, runtime configuration. You need to handle agent-to-agent communications, manage your MCP clients and servers, enforce authentication and policies. And many enterprises require that agents to be able to run securely in their VPC or on-premises environment. And that's why we enable you to deploy your AI agents on your own secure agent runtime, which is running behind your firewall within your VPCs. On the monitor side, we provide robust monitoring capabilities like real-time observability, which gives you visibility into every agent decision and action that it takes. You can track token usage, monitor costs, view performance dashboards. All that is baked into the product. And now, with our open telemetry logs, you can trace exactly how agents execute, orchestrate, and the path they've taken. On the governance side, we have AI governance policies, model governance, access controls, complete audit trails with audit logs that are very critical in the enterprise. You will also need data privacy controls to ensure compliance through cloud data access management. Now, let me walk you through 3 distinct use case patterns, each solving different needs in the enterprise. The first one, as you see, is the MCP integration. Here, you're building AI agents in a third-party system like Agentforce inside Salesforce or a hyperscaler agent builder, and where you will leverage Informatica capabilities as MCP servers. The use case number 2 and 3 are about building custom AI agents within Informatica itself. Now, before we go further, let's understand what MCP is, right? MCP, or Model Context Protocol, is an open protocol that standardizes how applications and tools provide context to large language models. The goal is very simple but very powerful. It is to simplify and standardize how AI models access and control external entities. Think of it like creating a universal language between AI and your enterprise systems. MCP connects AI models with your tools, your data, your APIs through the single protocol. It abstracts away all the backend complexities such as transport layers, protocols, and database engines. It also ensures data arrives in the correct format to populate the correct context window. It provides rich metadata about tools so agents understand not just what tools exist, but when and how to use them. And most critically, it allows for tool discovery and dynamic updates. So your AI agents can ask what tools are available and get real-time answers. The MCP architecture separates AI applications from enterprise resources through a very well-defined protocol layer. MCP host, which you see on the left side, include any software using LLMs, whether it's a chatbot, whether it's a IDE or an enterprise SaaS platform, for instance. And it contains your MCP clients that can handle protocol communication. MCP server, on the right side here, are lightweight adapters exposing specific capabilities like database access or a CRM integration, each doing one thing very well. The protocol enables the powerful deployment patterns where multiple AI models share access to resources through single servers, while individual models can access multiple systems through different servers. Now, every MCP server exposes 3 core primitives. Tools are designed to be model controlled. So if we provide agency to our applications, how it should interact with environment, we use tools to do that. MCP servers exposes an endpoint that can list all the tools available with the tool descriptions and required arguments and applications can pass all this information to the LLM so that it can decide which tools are needed for what task and how it should be invoked. Resources are designed to be application controlled. Resources are any kind of data that can be used by the application built to utilize the LLMs. The programmer of the application, usually an AI engineer, is responsible for codifying how this information should be used by the application. The prompts are supposed to be user controlled. So the programmer of the MCP server can expose specific MCP prompts suited for interaction with the data exposed by the MCP server. Now, this can be injected into the application using LLMs and exposed to the user of the given application. Now, going back to the different use case categories that I mentioned before, the use case number one was about how you can use MCP server to expose Informatica capabilities in third-party agents. So with Informatica managed MCP server, enterprises can connect AI agents to your enterprise data securely. And here's why this matters. Right now, when teams build AI agents, they spend 80% of the time on data integration. We eliminate that. Your agents can now instantly access trusted enterprise context data through this MCP server. So let's take an example. Let's say you're building an Agentforce agent inside Salesforce. And the purpose of that agent is to say gather post-sale insight inside Agentforce. So instead of custom coding to connect to different SaaS system and databases and data warehouse inside Agentforce, you can instantly tap into your rich enterprise data and connectors using our MCP server. So in this instance, your RevOps team who's building this AI agent inside Agentforce can instantly identify, say, what are the top 5 performing collaterals, and then craft the perfect upsell messaging by connecting to the MCP servers from Informatica, so it can give the most relevant enterprise context and trusted data to the AI agent. Now, the second use case is about building custom agent. And this is a very common pattern in the enterprise. You all have been familiar with building some sort of an employee productivity chatbot like corporate travel booking, an expense management chatbot, or a legal assistant for legal teams, or an RFP assistant to help with writing RFP responses and so on, right? And one such example is employee onboarding. An employee onboarding chatbot that personalizes the onboarding experience based on the employee, the role, the department, the region they're hired into. And the real impact is that you're not dependent on a handful of AI experts anymore. You're empowering your entire organization to automate their work. So business users can actually become AI agent builders as well. And that's how you scale your AI across the enterprise. The third class of use cases is about building custom Informatica agents to automate Informatica and data management operations for your IT developers, for your data engineers, and data stewards who are using Informatica platform. So for instance, you could use this to build AI agents that handle entire custom data onboarding. So it could be starting with data validation, deduplication. For master data, it's matching and onboarding and enrichment and so on. So typically, this could have taken many weeks for a data steward to onboard customer records. Now, this can be autonomously done in just a few minutes. And these custom Informatica agents ensures your IT teams are not drowning in repetitive tasks, and instead they can focus more on high-value strategic work. Business users like data stewards can get true self-service with these AI agents. And what's more is everything stays compliant and governed. Now, each of these use cases deliver immediate value, but they all share one common benefit, which is turning complex business processes into simple automated workflows. Now, enough theory. Let me show you all this in action with a live demo. Now, for this demo scenario, I'm going to take a fictitious firm called Next Tech Solution. They build custom servers for their enterprise, and they're going to build a supply chain AI assistant. Now, for the Next Tech supply chain AI assistant, the AI agent needs to coordinate orders from Salesforce, manage product and supplier through product and supplier 360, which for the purpose of this demo, I've ingested into a Azure AI search vector store. They track their customers in MDM Customer 360. They assess the transportation risk, which comes in real time from unstructured data source, whether it's an email, PDF, documents, and they optimize the vendor selection and calculate cost dynamically using custom ML algorithms. So now I'm going to build this supply chain AI assistant that will orchestrate this end-to-end workflow. So let me switch to my demo for this. All right, so here's our new AI agent engineering service. So when you go to Informatica Cloud Services, you'll be able to see on the top right. And this is where you will come in to build, manage, govern all your AI agents and MCP clients and servers. And you can go to Agent Hub and use a template, ready-made AI agent, to build agent. So you don't have to build agents from scratch. You can take a ready-made template and customize it to your liking. Or you can build from scratch as well. So let me actually show by building an AI agent from scratch, because it's that simple. But before I do that, let me actually walk you through some key capabilities in the product, right? So you have something called as agent flow. This is what you're building. So you're building an agentic workflow. So I will show that in the no-code canvas. And you will need a model for this, a large language model. So we support all the major large language models, whether it's coming from Azure, Amazon Bedrock, Azure OpenAI, Google Gemini models. So these are out of the box that is available for you. We'll be adding more models also in the future. You also provide memory component, which lives securely within your secure agent running in your VPC or your on-premises data centers. And this memory plays two critical components. It has both long-term and short-term memory. So your agent understands the conversation, it learns from your conversations, and preserves the context throughout the conversation as well. We also have something called as the embedding model. Embedding model is a type of ML model that converts complex data like text, image, or audio, video into numerical representation like vector. And we support all the major embedding models coming from Amazon Bedrock, Google Gemini, or Azure OpenAI. We also have a rich out-of-the-box set of tools, like you can orchestrate agents inside Agent Force. You can connect to different vector stores, whether it's Azure AI Vector Store, Pinecone. You can connect to other MCP servers, external MCP as well as internal MCP server using this MCP tool. You can connect to Python code, which allows you to connect to, say, an existing AI agent, or let's say you built your agent framework using LangChain, Llama Index. You can bring that into the fold here. You can connect to external REST endpoint. It also comes with prepackaged with unstructured data libraries. So let's say you have unstructured documents, whether it's in PDF, images, emails, all that can be parsed locally on the secure agent to convert your unstructured data set into plain text before sending them to LLMs. You can connect to Salesforce. You can connect to web crawlers. You can connect to Google Search APIs, all that. So let me show how to build this supply chain AI agent. So this is where I go create an agent flow. Let me call this supply chain. Let's call it supply chain agent. and I can provide a description, and this launches the no-code canvas. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in an agent block. And as you're building LLM AI agents, there are three critical components, right? First is you need to select a model. So I'm going to select one of the my existing models out there. So I'm going to go and use a pre-created the configuration for my model. I'm going to use this particular model, right? Bedrock model, and I'm going to use give it a planning prompt. So I'm going to typically I would recommend having a more complex planning prompt, but in this case, I'm just asking it to respond to user queries about product, customer, and supply information. Typically, I would recommend you to have more detailed system instructions and maybe even tell it what it should do and what it should not do, and so on. Now, once I have the model and also the planning prompt, I'm going to connect it to different tools that I have. So if you recall, I mentioned I'm connecting to Agent Force, I'm connecting to Azure AI Vector Search, I'm going to connect to different, existing skills. Like in this case, I'm going to connect to a cloud application integration process, which to order to cash process. I'm going to connect it to my existing custom ML algorithm, which helps with plan routing and give cost recommendations and so on. Right, and then I can. This is all I need, so I'm going to save it, and I'm ready to deploy this. And when I do that, again, I can configure the memory. I can connect my runtime. For instance, I'm going to connect to this particular. So this is running securely in a my VPC, but you can run it on your securely on your custom data center as well, so that all the context remains within your firewall. I'm going to provide it a URL for this is for my supply chain AI assistant. I can provide different authentication policies. In this case, I'm going to use anonymous for now, but I would recommend you to use OAuth or the session ID or basic authentication. So I'm deploying this agent. So you saw it's already deployed. So I was able to build and deploy this agent within minutes. What this also provides is capability where you can actually test this. So let's actually test this in real time. So I have a customer named John. So I can ask, show me details of customer John. Now, John is a customer inside my customer 360, and that is coming from MDM. And what I'm asking this agent to do is fetch me this detail. So it's actually fetch me these details, and it also tells me how it was able to fetch it. I also have a product. Let's say that John wants to place an order for a twin blade component, which is a part inside my GPU server rack. So I can ask, show me product and supplier info of this twin blade component in tabular format. So it's going to query. Remember, the product and supply information is in MDM, but I've ingested that into my vector store, right? So it's fetching that information. It finds this. There is this. I didn't specify what exactly the name of the part is, but it actually found there are two products from two different manufacturers shipping from two different locations. So now I can say, okay, now let's place an order for John for 10 units of twin blade. Use the most cost optimum product. Right, and I misspelled John, so I should have. Let's say if it picks it up, or it would have to. If there is another user by the name John, it will ask me to correct. So it actually understood. I was referring to John Williams because that's what I was talking about, and it understood the context from there. So not only that, it actually placed the order, and it picked the Lone Star instead of the other one from San Francisco, and very likely that's because it factored in the shipping cost as well. Give me the detailed breakdown of the cost. Let's see. So while it's doing that, it's actually what happened behind the scenes is it actually placed the order using the CAI, which is Cloud Application Integration Business Process, which is an order to cash workflow. So it took the order from Salesforce, placed the order in SAP, created a ticket inside ServiceNow, and gives you the ticket ID. And it was able to do all that by leveraging the existing deterministic process using CAI. Now, regarding the detailed breakdown, it actually showed even the total shipping costs and figured out this is the most cost optimum route. What's more is you can also document all this information. So I have this note capability. I can add, drag and drop, and I can say, okay, this is my CM AI assistant, and there are a lot of other capabilities. You can also see real-time information. So if you saw that, I asked questions about, show me details of customer John. It can show all this. I can also, look at my past conversations and see, let me actually refresh this. So I can see that over here, I asked to give me the detailed breakdown. It was able to do that. And you can feed this to Langsmith and see the cost and token usage breakdown. So in a nutshell, what you saw is within a matter of minutes, I was able to build a very complex supply chain AI assistant by integrating it to existing business workflows. In this case, I use Cloud Application Integration, and I was able to connect it to my Customer 360, Product 360, Supply 360, as well as external tools like Azure AI Agent Search, as well as other vector stores, and all that within minutes, and be able to also track the end-to-end observability with using this AI Agent Engineering service. Now, you might have more questions about our architecture and security. So let's look at under the hood at how we have architected this platform. So we do very comprehensive threat modeling. So to make sure your AI agents are secure. And we use structured threat modeling to identify and mitigate risk before they become problems. And this influences every design decisions about where to invest in security. So the complete security requires understanding of three things. So first thing is what you're protecting, how you're protecting it, and who might threaten it. And every asset has multiple layers of protection. So every threat agent has defined boundaries. So this matrix that you see ensures nothing falls through the cracks. Now, the benefits are very clear of this approach. We identify threats proactively, reduce attack surfaces, eliminate single points of failure, and build security into the application from day one. And this approach saves time. It protects revenue, preserves reputational risk, and also bridges the gap between developers and security teams. So everyone understands the risk and control. Now, I've been asked a few times, there are a lot of different agent builder orchestration platforms out there. So here are a few reasons why to use Informatica's IDMC. First is you can use all your existing IDMC assets and they become tools instantly. Remember the demo that I showed about order to cash process? That was already an existing business process which we have reused in this. Second, we have hundreds and thousands of pre-built enterprise connectors that you can use to make your AI agents more to connect to any system out there. Third, Your AI agents are as good as the trusted data and enterprise context you feed them. So with IDMC, your AI agents can rely upon cleansed, deduplicated, and validated master data with semantic understanding to make them more uh, uh, trustworthy. Fourth, we provide a very easy to use no code experience. So anyone can build an AI agent and not just your AI engineers. Fifth, we provide enterprise security and governance. So every operation that maintains complete lineage and audit trails. Sixth is we provide one MCP server instead of fragmented tools. So you can access MDM operations, run data qualities check, execute transformations, browse catalog, all through Informatica's MCP servers. And last but not the least, we provide a true multi-cloud platform. So your data is typically in the enterprise, your data is spread across the enterprise, across on-premise systems, across multiple cloud ecosystems, whether it's AWS, Azure, Google, OCI, and all. And so our AI agents can work natively everywhere without multiple server deployments. Now, before you go, I want to give you this access so you can actually sign up for AI Agent Engineering through this hyperlink or through this QR code, so you can get early access to AI Agent Engineering. Also, you can see how you can create an MCP server with the existing servers. It's all documented here. You can go step by step. You can go through the step by step guide to create your own MCP servers. With that, I would like to turn to Q&A.
This is great because it just goes to show, I think what you said at the beginning of the presentation, that this is hard to do. And I think maybe, perhaps, I don't know, again, you have a greater perspective on this. You've been at it for much longer, and we've been seeing this AI revolution take place, but it's really, the generative AI revolution is only about 1,000 days old. It's not very old. And so, people are excited about it, but there feels like there's a bit of paralysis in terms of, what to do. And there's so much at stake that you can't necessarily get it wrong, particularly with regard to data governance and controls. And so what is it that that makes it hard for people? And because obviously you've been looking at this for a long time, what holds people back from realizing the promise of AI agents right now?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. We've seen that not just with our customers, but also within Informatica, right? Everyone has great ideas, but they don't know where to start, right? So there is a starting problem. So I would say and that's one of the reasons we built what we call as AI Agent Hub, which packages a lot of these custom enterprise agents and custom Informatica agents. So that's a good place to start, where you can actually start from something which is already pre-built. So you can take that, which is time tested, which is well certified. Think of it like an app store where you have a lot of agentic apps, but then you can customize it, right? So you can start small and then customize it to your liking, to your use cases, to your system. So that's it. That we've seen, like that actually helps a lot of our customers to get started and then deploy it into the production system. The other part is, I think, the enterprise context, right? Because a lot of AI agents, if you build, they will hallucinate because they're trained on internet data, but not on your enterprise data. It doesn't have your enterprise context. So again, connecting to your enterprise systems, whether it's a data integration mapping, DQ rule, catalog, MDM, customer information, and also business process workflows, that's what actually makes your AI agents more accurate, trustworthy within your enterprise. So these are a few things you should consider while you're building AI agents.
So can you give me an example of how the IDMC Cloud Skills Hub makes agents more accurate?
Yeah, absolutely. And let me try to explain that with an example, right? I will use the order to cash process that I explained. right, which I showed in the demo. So let's say you didn't have IDMC Skill Hub, or without the Skill Hub, as you're building an AI agent, you would need to configure and figure out how to do order management, how to do credit checks, inventory validation, invoicing, payment collection, right? So the whole order to cash process will have to be figured out by the AI agent every time it gets an order. But these are already encoded as deterministic business process within your Informatica IDMC workflow. And this has been coded for many years, right? It's not something new. Order to cash has been there for many years. So with Skill Hub, your agents don't have to guess or need to reason on how to process an order, right? It leverages these proven workflows within the enterprise. So when a customer places an order, the agents will use an existing business process built using cloud application integration or a DI mapping. It can validate those orders. It can apply your data quality rules for data quality checks and call your integration workflow for payment processing. And so thereby you kind of make your AI agents more accurate and run deterministically as well.
Well, and so without this sort of platform and integration and really kind of complete data management system, the challenge really is how do you get the data to work together through some sort of collection of point solutions, right? I mean that's the platform advantage. Is that how I understand it?
That is right. Like you need to have what we call as connectors to all those enterprise systems to feed the right context back to the agent. So the agent's reasons based on that data set that you provide, the context. I think the word nowadays we use is context engineering. So the context is what make your AI agents more accurate.
And so walk through kind of what you see as the future. I mean, obviously, we're all excited about the promise of AI agents, but just walk through a little bit about, kind of broader term advantages. I mean, why do we build them? Why are we going to build them? Why do companies need them? What does the future look like?
Yeah, great question, Doug. So one of the things we are seeing is, so we see a lot of excitement. Everyone is dabbling with AI agents. But one of the things we see is, they see the immediate value, right? That's the main thing, right? And that comes in different forms. So a lot of enterprises are building internal chatbots, internal productivity apps, which makes the life simple, right? So to give you an example, I talked about employee onboarding workflow. Now, in a typical enterprise, employee onboarding workflow is kind of it's automated for all the employees, right? It's a one single employee onboarding workflow. It's not personalized for every user. Like engineering, an engineer will have different requirement than from a sales rep, than from a legal rep, right? So what if can personalize that experience for them? And that is possible with something like AI agents. Other things that we have seen is legal chatbots, where you can have a legal chatbot act as a paralegal, which is trained on your context, on your different contracts you have, on different terms and conditions you have in legal contracts that you have in the system. Same thing we have seen with HR chatbots as well, right? So all that is possible with an AI agent builder orchestration service. And taking it further is for, I was talking about the use case number 3, where you're building custom Informatica engineers. So you're actually building those custom agents for your IT developers, for your data engineers, for your data stewards and data scientists. So thereby, you're even automating those workflows. So that actually allows all those IT developers and data engineers to go and build more agents for the enterprise. So that's what we are seeing, and and we are, I would say, in the early innings of it, but we see a lot more adoption there.
Yeah, and it feels to me, as I saw the demo, the idea that there are kind of templates that you can use that get you started down the path of seeing how agents come together, how you can make the connectors work, and ultimately generate some sort of agentic solution that that gets people comfortable with not only the building process, but the efficiencies that are going to be created from these created agents. I'm curious about what people should be thinking about. So, you know, they see an event like this, they see a demo like that, and they're pretty excited about it. But not everybody may not necessarily be completely prepped, or I don't know, have their architecture optimized per se. I mean, what would you say is some advice you would offer for folks that are saying, yeah, no, I want to get there, and I want to get there and talk to Informatica? How should they be thinking about getting things together in order to have the best kind of a conversation with Informatica about a solution like this?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, because what we have seen, as you're building AI agents, they're very powerful, but also they come with a lot of risk. You don't want to create some AI agents or MCP servers which actually leaks enterprise context information to outside world. So I would say start with your existing systems, right? They are already, so if you already have Informatica, if you already use Informatica IDMC, you can be rest assured those data systems are within your enterprise. So you can start by experimenting with something like AI agent engineering. You can build agents for your enterprise context instead of trying it out with open source tooling, because there lies the risk. Because the moment you open it up and connect to your enterprise data, very soon your CISO or security compliance team is going to come after you and see if they're going to audit you and see if your agents are secure or you're leaking data. So you don't want to be in that situation. So you can start small. You can start with building your enterprise AI agents, custom Informatica agents to make your own existing day-to-day jobs simpler, and then expand the scope as you gain more expertise.
Yeah. So I have to believe, certainly what we're hearing is that there's a lot of pressure from the board level down to the executive level that there needs to be an AI strategy straight away, certainly in 2026. And so as people are developing that strategy and looking at solutions like this, what can they expect in terms of engagement, support, any other resources or account management?
Yeah, definitely. So far I've been talking mostly about the product centric, where how you can use the product, how you can get started and scale, right? But of course, there is a big support network, as you mentioned, right? We do have we have an active community inside our Informatica knowledge base and support portal. We have a very dedicated support team, solution engineers, forward deployed engineers, so to speak, who can actually help you customize these agents to your liking, making sure that you are successful at the end, right? So that's the end goal. And we have a whole support infrastructure and support team to help you with that.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have a solution like Informatica on the spotlight, because ultimately this is incredibly complicated. And while we all like to think that we could cobble this together with some of the free tools and some of the other kind of low-cost solutions out there, when you're talking about enterprise technology data and you're talking about a global organization with lots of complexity and quite frankly a lot of data governance challenges from country to country, region to region, you really need to think about working with an organization that's been working on this for a while. And it sounds like you've been working on this solution for some time. I mean, how long have you been kind of involved in building this out and and how much energy has Informatica kind of put into this?
Yeah, so we've been investing heavily in Claire and the agents for the past, I would say, I think over 8 to 9 years. And initially, it was more traditional machine learning approaches. But when GPT 2.5 came out, I was one of the the first people to actually sign up for that. And we actually worked with OpenAI to get some early access. And we've been working on this agentic journey for the last, I would say, 3 to 4 years using LLM. So we have a rich partner network with hyperscalers, whether it's Azure, AWS, Google, Snowflake, Databricks, Oracle, NVIDIA. So these are the stalwarts of LLMs, and we've been working with them, have rich partner and also a broad GSI ecosystem who can help and help you in your agentic journey as you build solutions on top of Informatica.
Yeah, there's a reason why Informatica is a industry leader, and there is clear advantages to working with industry leaders because you have smart people like Vivin who've been working on this problem for longer than you even were aware that it was in play. So we would encourage everybody to head over to Informatica and check out everything that they're offering around the Intelligent Data Management Cloud, and certainly around all of the AI engineering that can be built off of that. It's an exciting time. I got to believe you have a very cool job, and very nice of you to swing by and share that demo. Very much appreciated, and best of luck in the coming year for all the opportunities that you're going to get to take advantage of in this amazing time.
Echo that. Thank you, Doug, for having me. It was a pleasure, and showing the capabilities of the product to all your audience and users. Thank you.
So there you have it, another solution in our spotlight. We want to thank Vivin and Informatica for that presentation and demo today, and we appreciate your attendance as well. Until next time, I'm Doug Atkinson here at Solutions Review. Thanks for watching.
If your business would like to be featured in a future event, contact us today.